Hey guys, so gotta change the oil in both my wife's and mine cars. So I'm gonna start with hers first and go from there. Now let's go grab the ramps and get it up. Sorry about all that. I had to go pop it in. I had to change that out still. That's my next one.
I think it's a dealership. I had to find out where that was. There we go.
All right, let's go look at my tools really quick. So for any basic oil change, you of course need oil, a wrench, preferably a socket wrench because it'll give you the most torque. And most modern cars these days take a 14 millimeter. You'll need some kind of oil wrench. Now there's three types. There's the four types actually. Ones that fit at the end of the filter housing. I haven't tried those yet, so I can't speak for those. There's three other kinds though. There's one that looks like a pair of pliers. They will eventually get off the filter, but they damage the old filter and it makes a mess. Strap filters, which my dad swears by, but I find the person to be a pain in the ass. And then the paw type, which I find for me to be the best option for me. Use what you feel is more appropriate. And of course, with a modern car, you want a new oil filter every time. Some manuals will say every other oil change. Not nowadays. I'm going to get underneath the car here in a second after I get this busted out and get the oil pan, and we'll go from there. So here we are underneath my wife's Dodge Caliber, and this is a Dodge Caliber. Every car is going to be different. But that's the oil filter, and over here, back behind here, is where the oil plug is. Let's see if I have a swap. Of course, I get down here and I'm missing the socket because it fell off. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see. Can you see what I'm doing? No, I'm gonna turn it a little bit. Okay, there we go. There's the plug. I want to make sure that you have the pan lined up so the oil catches. And you want to do righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. That's going, or if you want to do clockwise or counterclockwise, it's counter to tighten and clockwise to, no, hold on. Right to tight. So counter to tighten, clockwise to loosen. And I'll be damned. It is not a 14 millimeter. I gotta look that up. Be right back. Alright, it was a 13 millimeter. First of all, I'll double check, make absolutely sure. Yep, 13 millimeter it is. Don't know why it's 14. And I know something about this caliber that I didn't notice when I got it down here. Oh, that's additional access. That's probably for the controller. There's only one cross motor down here for car. Alright. So you just go in and oh, maybe I'm wrong. It is the other way. Hey, hon. Thank you.
Alright, you got a few options.
We're only need one, but thanks. What's up? No, it was counter. All right. Why is it? Man, this sucker's on it tight. There we go. And it's off. The trick is, and you're still gonna get your hand a little bit dirty, but want to make sure you're but I didn't get myself that bad. Nice and black.
That was close. Pan wasn't perfectly level, and it was about to overflow the pan. Alright. And since this is thinner oil, it takes a little bit longer for it to fully drain. But you want to wait till that's almost just a small drip. Good chance to take a look at the oil. Don't see any metal flakes. Don't see any water in the system. Should give you an inclination if there's some happening that wasn't supposed to be happening with it. And, oh my goodness, the wind. That's one thing about doing it out here in the street. You gotta be careful of wind. Well, at least it's not so hot today. I don't know if the dealership put that on or they went to some place where they're doing an oil change, but it has there's a good choice of premium filters you can buy, but there's some ones that you're like, what the hell? And this one is a CarQuest filter. Boy, I mean, filter's a filter, but at the same time, really. Come on. This is the time where it's the long wait. Yeah, you know what? That should be good enough. It's just a small little rivulet at this time. Nothing on the bolt itself. I probably should change out the gasket on that next time. Oh, you're still recording. Sorry about that. All right. So yeah, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Then clean that off. And then you get the little socket wrench. I got a swivel head, which makes things a lot easier when trying to in here. And you're technically supposed to torque this down to like 35 foot-pounds, but I just give it a good snug push and you're good to go. That and yeah. Now to get the filter off. So, okay. All right, that's going to be hard to see the filter, but what this does is it tightens down on the filter. That's where having a flex head comes in real handy. I could go get the extension. There we go. Nice and getting loose. How's it tightening? Oh, it's a two-way. Mine, my old one wasn't like that. I lost. So I use to tighten the wrench the down. Okay. Oh, I was going the right way, I think. And was I? I may have to go get the extension. Yeah, I'll be right back. All right. All right, let's try that now. I at least don't have the wrench top coming off. No, I think we went tighter. All right. There we go. And again, you just want to make sure, especially when it's straight down like this, it's going to be messy no matter what. All right, that wasn't too bad. They still want to be careful because, yeah, it's still going to have oil come out. And they just tilt that over like that so it can drain. Oh, 10:55. I might be able to get my car done. And clean up the face of the filter, where the filter goes, and the threads. And then you get the new filter and the oil. And the new oil, because you want to... oh, the oil's right there. Good. In fact, here, while that's doing that, I'm going to get the new filter in, and I'll show you what you're supposed to do. Really? Okay, so if you want to be yelling at me that I'm doing it without gloves. See, open up your oil. You don't want to use the dirty oil because then you're making this whole, there's this rubber gasket right here. And don't need much, just enough to wet the rubber seal. Some guys will take, and then gals, because I know there's gals that work out on these vehicles too. How nice of them. You don't necessarily do the threads. Some people like to pre-fill these. Blame my dyspraxia, blame my annoyance. I don't do that. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference pre-filling your filter versus not pre-filling your filter. And these, every car is slightly different, but there are different. See, like this is a Delco. AC Delco makes vehicles for. I mean, it was originally a GM only thing, but they make it for all vehicles. Mopar does the same thing. Really, there's only 2 or 3 filter manufacturers, and then you just gotta find out who's buying from whom. Some are certain specs, so you do your research. But like for something that's simple like this, or this engine on this vehicle is shared between Nissan and Hyundai and Stellantis. It's not that specialized vehicle. You just gotta find which one's the most compatible and which brand seems to be most. You can do your searches on Google and find which one's recommended the most. So there we go. And I'm autistic enough that I went online and had chat with ChatGPT, cross-referencing a whole bunch of different ideas behind the more technical aspects of oil filters, believe it or not. Like, there's a special valve in here that gets actuated when there's not enough flow going through. And what the engine was designed for, so like with this engine, they're looking for a minimum of a 22 psi cutoff on the oil. Some have a lower design. This one is slightly higher, so it's still within spec. Knowing that I can do the reverse now, I'll use this to tighten it down. Now over tighten it though. That should be good. All right. And this car asks for, after a filter change, 5 quarts of oil. So I'll be right back as I go get. All right, so here we go with the oil change. Now, there's the oil cap right here. You have the recommended weight on here, which is, they're saying SAE 5W10, and then a little manual instruction, because every manufacturer has their own like specifications. This car being so old, those specs are out of date. But generally, go by what the cap says. I am not, and I'll tell you why in a second. part of it is I want to be cheap, but not too cheap. So they have 0W20 oil, which is close enough to 5W20 that it's perfectly fine. I did some research about that online through forums and through ChatGPT. First of all, don't do this on a car that still has a warranty. Always go by what the oil they strictly recommend, but this car's way out of warranty, so I don't have to worry about that. It's not necessarily about the weight, but the flow, and the flow is, if not the same, better than 5W20. And I live in a very moderate climate, so the higher number, the 20 weight, is what we're looking for around here. I'm not going to worry too much about the 0 because it doesn't get that cold around here in Sacramento. And since I'm using a big, huge 5-quart jug, I feel with one of these. You always want to go from the side though, regardless if it's one of those small quart ones or if it's something bigger like this. You just gently start. Don't be in a hurry. And on the side of this jug, it says same protection as 5W20. So this is one of the brand oils that I tend to have a better success with. You don't want to go too cheap on the oil because even with the synthetics, they'll burn. But you don't want to necessarily go with something super expensive either, because you're like, exceeding what you need. Like, I'm not going to be like spend $50 on 5 quarts of Royal Purple to put in this vehicle, but I want the vehicle to last, so I'm going to get something I can afford. All right, so there we are, all done, all filled up. I'm still going to double check the oil fill when we get it down. That, make sure there's nothing leaking from underneath the car. Oh, and I gotta reset the oil meter, which I'll show you how to do that in a second here. Everything looks good. No loose connections. There's the oil stick. All right. All right, so here we are. So this is the same thing as a GM vehicle because they're using Delphi computers. So what you're going to do is turn the engine to on and slowly, oh, hold on. I guess it wants me to close the door. Okay. So turn it on. 1, 2, 3 on. Okay, let's try it again. Be right back. All right, it says that even though that came up, that it should have reset. If it doesn't, then I'll just repeat the procedure and see if I can get it to work. All right, 1 second here. All right, just for the halibut. Yeah. Okay. On 1, 2, 3. Off. Start. Nope. Okay, let me do my research here. All right, let's try this again. On. 1, 2, 3. And of course, you can't see anything. There we go. All right, let's try one more time. Key out. Key in. Key on. 1, 2, 3. Off. Start. Bloody hell. All right. All right, so this is run. So that's off, on, run. Well, I don't know what the problem was, but I did it 4 times instead of the 3 recommended by the manual. And no. Well, it's still not working. So what they recommend after that is to unplug the battery. So I'm not getting around to the other oil change till tomorrow on the other car. So, or later this afternoon. Talk to you later. So I actually eventually got the oil meter to reset. Check your foot mat. It wasn't on a full compression, therefore it wasn't reaching the oil meter. So that was yesterday. So I'm on to today. I'm in the Equinox, and this afternoon it's a little warm, but it has to get done. I had to go take care of some stuff first, so get that started. So here in Sacramento, there really isn't much you can do. They don't have a recycle program for the filters, so unfortunately, it goes to the landfill. Can't recycle it, but they do take curbside oil. So you gotta save the can, fill it back up with the oil you drained out, and when the trash comes, pick it on the curb. Alright, let's see if this holds up. The wind's being kind of crazy. I technically do both cars without emptying this out, because it's a 16 quart thing. But then it gets really heavy on the wheel. And either they only filled the 4.5 quarts in the first place, or I only burned half a quart since I bought the car, 6 months ago. They did an oil change then. Ooh, got too quick. All right, now I just get the ramps down to my car, and let's go ahead and get this done. And I filmed that going up on the ramps on that one, so you'll see me at least change them all for that one. See you in a little bit. Well, I made a small mistake. So I ordered 2 Delco filters, one for the Caliber and one for the Equinox. That was supposed to be for the Equinox,
48. 64 was supposed to be for mine. Fortunately, same diameter, same threads, same specifications, just less filter medium. And they're both high end. The UPF is the Ultra Guard version, so I'll be fine. I'm not going to change off the filters just for this. So label your stuff if you buy from the same brand. And this is the compartment for Equinox. And on their smaller engines, the 1.5. There's your oil fill, oil stick. So yeah. Computers and batteries, airbox, turbo and back. Here we go. I'm going to go underneath. So there's the oil filter and there's the oil pan. There's oil filter and there's oil pan, oil boat. Notice there's a little liquid back here, so before I do anything, let's see if I can see anything. Nothing on the CV axle. Turo's up front. It's not from the oil bolt. I'm not seeing a whole lot. This is some footage for later if I can see anything. I see something. Right there. It's a little oil. Something missing. I'm not sure. I'll swear. But it's enough I want to get up top and take a look. So I haven't reviewed the film yet, but I see something and see nothing from the top. And nothing over any of the other components. So if it is a leak, it's really small. But I'll keep my eye open, obviously. Or I know I spilled a little bit of oil when I did the fill last time. Could be from that. So after I get down there, wipe it off and keep an eye on it. So one thing about changing oil on this thing is you got this bar right here. And the oil spills right on the bar. Some joke that it's a way to inspect the oil. We'll see about that. So a lot more stronger underpinnings for this car versus my wife's. You got big old steel cross members right there. All right, let's take that tool off. I'm going to take off the extension. Watch this be like a 14 or 15, not 13. Knew it. Be back. Might as well grab the 14 and the 15 just to make sure. Alright, let's take a look here. Well, look at that. 15, right on the money as I get in the oil. I am seeing some weepage around seals here, so worst case, next oil change I could get a tube of RTV, take this off and
reseal it. Alright. So 15 millimeter for the Equinox. And clockwise time counter to get off. There we go. First try. I know this stuff's gonna be red hot because I'm driving all day. I could just let it drain like that. Take all day, but how hot is it? It's hot. It's not that hot. I take that back. All right, I'll just wait. No little flakes, as far as I can tell. No water for sure. Yeah, it takes forever. It is more clean this way, though. Hot, hot, hot. There we go. Oh, I'll clean that out later, but I got the same problem I was dealing with earlier. Almost done. Come on. That's one really big downside with 0W8 and you're changing your old. Hot as hell. And it's like water coming out. I mean, it's not water because I can see it, but. 2 hours later. Where's that towel? Oh, got some arm. Wow. I remember taking a while last time, but wow. I gotta wait for the oil in the pan to go down low enough so I can get the bolt. No, my luck, it's right where the train is. Hot. Alright, you guys are still there. That sucker's red hot. Putting tight. Now for the filter. There we go. The claw, the claw. Want to be there? Make sure. That should be enough for him listening. Yeah, there's the UPFR 64 I put on the last time. Oh God, I ain't got a phone. Well, gotta be careful with that kind of hazards. Yep. Alright, I'll be right back when I get the filter prepped like I did the last one. Alright. Wasn't that bad of a spill. Yeah, just a little bit slightly smaller one. But I knew that I had a schedule because in fact, it looks like exactly the same size, to be honest. Where's that wrench? Oh, there you go. Since I know this can tighten now, might as well go the other way. The thing is, you don't want over tighten, so you have to be very careful. That would be probably hand tight, so I'll go about another half turn. There we go. Grab my rag. See if any more messes. That way I can tell if it's really a leak or just excess oil. Nice flung. All right. See you topside.
All right, here we go. This one takes about roughly the same. Here, always you don't pour like a milk jug. Pour like this. Do not be in a hurry, because that's how you get messes. Alright, there, save the jug, because you're going to transfer the old oil to here to put curbside.